Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer courtesy of Syracuse Fan. Thank you so much for sending this awesome one. And this is Bourbon Barrel Aged Dark Star, one of the top barrel aged imperial stouts out there. And it's been about a year since I've had one, so let's dig into this wax. This wax is actually pretty good. My opener's not the best for opening it, but we'll get through it. There we go. See? Yeah, it's actually not that bad. Otherwise, sometimes you have to get nice, something really sharp to dig into the wax, and it is quite dangerous. So beer pours out pretty much black out of the bottle, a little bit of light coming through. That is a very dark beer. I mean, you can see from the head, it is a very dark head, pretty much deep brown head, and has a little bit of that kind of brown film sticking to the glass, but actually it has a good amount of carbonation. So unlike Bourbon County, where it's sort of just a black sheet that sticks to the glass, this one actually rolls with carbonation sticking to the glass. So it seems like there's maybe some more carbonation or just different kind of appearance to the beer. This one, by the way, is their Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout. This is the 2018, so fresh edition, and this rolls in at 13.6 ABV. Big beer. Let's get the aroma on this one. Oh yeah. Tons of bourbon up front, sweet vanilla. The oak comes through. There's a good amount of woody character, but yeah, this one really has, it has a little bit of that sweet vanilla character, but it is quite woodsy, bourbon forward. It has a lot of oak coming through, and so it's like oak on top of this big, rich, sweet imperial stout. So then there is also some dark fruit notes, some raisins coming in. Cocoa, there's coffee, roast. Yeah, I mean, that's just a huge nose, but yeah, really quite barrel forward for Imperial Stout. Cheers. Barrel forward for a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. And, oh yeah. Whoa. This beer is big. Massive beer. Up front. Wow. So, there are different ways of having a spirit forward, a bourbon barrel aged imperial stout. Sometimes the barrel's just like snuck in there, right? You get that really sweet kind of vanilla note. It has those rich notes of the sweetness of bourbon to really complement the stout or barley wine, wherever you're barrel aging. This one has some of that, but it is also quite spirit forward. There is just a good smack of just wood and booze to this one. Really rich barrel character. Beer is nice and sweet. Wow. Quite sweet, a little bit syrupy. There is just like a base tone of almost like just sugar coming in. And then as you wait on the back end is where you get the coffee, the richness, the coffee grounds, the roast, complemented by some oak tannins. It is boozy too. I don't know if I'm sensing just the barrel character or the beer itself. There's a nice smack of alcohol just sitting right at the back of the palate. Yeah, I mean, despite it being so big and despite it being so spirit forward, it still dries out quite nicely because the oak is there and then that roast is there. There's a lot going on in this one. Okay, so in my final conclusion, I will say that this is a little spirit forward. It is a little barrel forward. It is just boozy. And at 13.6%, it doesn't quite have the roundness that Bourbon County does, even though Bourbon County is so big at 14-15%, it somehow drinks decently smooth. This one has some characteristics like that, right? It has a rich sweetness to it. The base beer does stand up to the barrel quite well, but this one just punches you in the face with just so much barrel character. I feel like maybe previous vintages might have been a little bit different. I certainly would imagine age would help this one out because boy, right now, it's just like, it's just rich and boozy. I will say though, there is a beautiful complexity as I wait more about this like chocolate covered raisin thing. That's quite nice. The base stout comes through. And yeah, I mean, and as I'm drinking it, it's just hot. It's just hot and it dries out the palate. Yeah, I can certainly see this with a little bit more age on it. In possibly 6 months to a year, this would really grow, maybe even more age on it. But again, that is not to put down the beer at all. This is world-class Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout. As for rating, that's still really good. This for me is still getting a good old 9, little ding right there. 96, 96. I've had vintage of this beer where it's just straight like boozy chocolate milk, and it's absolutely amazing. This is one of my favorites out there, but this vintage, I would recommend that maybe you just age it a little bit more. So until next time, guys, cheers. Thank you so much to Syracuse Fan. What a special beer to send. Absolutely fantastic. Let me know what you guys think about this 2018 vintage. What do you think about this beer in general? Until next time, guys, cheers. Later.